Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Okay, yo guys, what's up? My name is Junior Senpai. Welcome back to another guitar lesson. It's been quite some time. This is a very easy song we're going to be going over. There are two different versions that we will be going over. So I quickly grabbed some chords from Ultimate Guitar and I thought I would teach them if you guys didn't know how to read them. So today's song is actually Deathbed by Powfu. I'm not sure if that's actually how you say his name. I'm just assuming here. But we're going to be, as I said, covering two versions of the song that are labeled. The first one is chord progression of C, C major 7, F, and F minor. The second version is actually C, E minor, A minor, and F. Now some of these chords overlap with the C and the F, so obviously I won't have to be teaching them twice. But we'll start with the first version, which the first chord is C. This one's pretty easy and you'll see it a lot. So you're going to take your ring finger, you're going to place it on the 3rd fret of A. If you guys don't know, it's standard tuning. So the strings go E, A, D, G, B, and E again. So once again, 3rd fret of A, that is actually a C note. Your middle finger will be taking the position of 2nd fret of D. Okay. Lastly, your index finger will be taking the 1st fret of B. And you just play that all together. Nice. So C major 7 is obviously, you know, a branch of C. This one's very easy. You just learn how to play C. All you have to do is remove your index finger. So your finger should be a ring finger or whatever finger you want on 3rd fret of A, and then whatever finger you want covering 2nd fret of D. And that's your C major 7. Okay. You've already learned two chords very easily. Now for something you might not be as comfortable with, bar chords. If you haven't practiced these, now is probably the time you want to do that. So we're going to get your index finger nice and strong. You want to do some index finger push-ups, curls, whatever. You're going to be barring the 1st fret of E, A, D, G, B, E, like so. Your ring finger will be on that 3rd fret of A that we talked about earlier. Your pinky, I hope you've been exercising your pinky as well, will be covering the 3rd fret of D, and then your middle finger will be covering the 2nd fret of G. That is your F chord. All you have to do to get the last chord, or F minor, is just remove your middle finger. Easy. So, you learn the chord progression. As far as I'm concerned, the chord progression in Deathbed just loops. So, once you know how to play all 4 of those chords, you can just continuously play them over and over again.
Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
So, that sounds more or less like it could work if you choose to learn this version. Now for version 3, if I didn't already say this, both will be in the description. I will try my best to remember. But version 3, its chord progression, as I stated earlier, is C, E minor, A minor, and F. Now this version isn't bad either because it covers chords that you'll frequently see, so learning both of these isn't really a bad thing. So I already taught you guys how to play the C, but if you don't remember or maybe you skipped ahead, all you have to do is put your ring finger on 3rd fret of A, your middle finger on 2nd fret of D, and then your index finger on 1st fret of B. Nice. Okay, E minor. This one's pretty easy as well. It just involves 2 fingers, whatever 2 fingers you want. So, for me, I'd take my index finger and cover 2nd fret of A, and then my middle finger covers 2nd fret of D. And then that's it. You just play everything else. So we have our C, our E minor. Now we'll move on to our A minor. Our A minor consists of your index finger being on the 1st fret of B. My ring finger then goes on the 2nd fret of G, and then my middle finger goes on the 2nd fret of D. and then you just play that. Very nice. The last chord is F, which we've gone over F, but once again, I'll go over it again. So you take your index finger, you bar it across the first fret, the entire first fret. You then take your ring finger, place it on the 3rd fret of A. Your pinky then goes on the 3rd fret of D, and then your middle finger goes on the 2nd fret of G. And that is your F chord. Now, you just play those out.
Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Now, if you guys learned that rather easy, I do have something a little bit more. I actually looked at a piano lesson going over kind of the melody, so the part that you end up singing. So the part that goes,
don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed.
That part. I'm going to be teaching this melody in 3 parts that we can break it down from, and we'll go from there. So, for the first part, it's the don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. The entirety of this is going to be on your B string. This can be played elsewhere, but this is where I wrote it out. You're going to be starting out on the 5th fret of B. And as I said, the entirety of this is going to be played on the B string. So if I just say numbers, assume it's on the B string. So we start out on 5. We then move to 8. And then we play that twice. Okay? We move back to 5 and play that twice. We then move up to 10. So we have the don't stay awake for 2, and then back down to 5 twice.
Long don't
Back to 8,
go to
and then 3.
bed.
Okay, so that's the first part. The next part is very similar to that. Starts out with 5, then to 8, to 5, to 3, to 1, to 3, to 1, 1 again, 3, and then 5. So this is the I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. And lastly is I'll get you up and going out of bed. It's very, very similar to the part I just taught. So it's 5, 8, 5, 3, 1, 3, 1, 8, 8 again, and then 5. So altogether, it more or less sounds like this. Okay, so I've taught you the general shape of the chords, but I haven't taught you really how to strum them out. Generally, a lot of the time, I will just play them out and let them ring, but that's not quite what the song sounds like. So I've tried my best to hear it out as best as I can, and what I've gathered was 2 strums down, 2 strums up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, 2 up. So more or less it sounds like this. And that's roughly what it sounds like to me. If you guys have any better suggestions for the strumming pattern, let someone know in the comments below. Leave in the comments, I'll try to find it and pin it. But that's more or less everything I had to teach today. I hope you guys found this helpful in some way or another. And if you guys have any tips for anyone in the comments below, please leave them. It's very helpful for people learning. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.